Hi everyone, Nikki Buckaloo here at the Seniors Real Estate Institute. And I'm going to answer the question, what is assisted living? So let's just talk about the basics, because this is a commonly misused title. We hear people all the time say, I'm moving to an assisted living, or we'll hear families say, my mom and dad moved to an assisted living. And oftentimes what they really mean is they move to a retirement community and not necessarily an assisted living retirement community. Assisted living is licensed. Assisted living is required by the state to be licensed, and the reason for that is because they offer a little bit of support that goes beyond someone living in their own apartment independently. So let's say things like medication, or maybe they need a little help with bathing, or with getting dressed, with personal hygiene, things like that. Now, these assisted living communities offer meals as well, most of the time 3 meals a day. They have staff around the clock, different levels of staff depending on the people who live there and what their licensure type is. But it is not a nursing community, so that's where a little confusion comes in as well. So it's not a nursing home, as people have historically called it. It's not a long-term care community. That's a higher level of licensure for people who really have more significant healthcare needs. So when someone says they need assisted living, or they're moving to an assisted living, it's because they can really handle life on their own for the most part independently if they have a little bit of help. And that's really kind of the criteria for what assisted living is. It started in the early 1980s, so it's a really new concept in the United States, and it is evolving too. So I remember when assisted living first started and we were helping people move to assisted living, there was not a lot of other options out there, like independent living community options, and so people would move straight out of their house into assisted living. And a lot of times I thought it was interesting because they really didn't need a lot. They just really did it because they appreciated the fact that they had meals on site. Now there are lots of other options that are less expensive, and we're calling those independent living communities. So assisted living is really reserved for people who have a little higher level of care need. Now, let me also just clarify real quick, because I think that people will ask, well, gosh, if someone just needs a little bit of help and they could move to an assisted living, why do some people go ahead and move into a long-term care community or nursing community? And the answer to that is for another day, but just to give you the brief response, it's about money. Because assisted living is, for the most part, with very, very few exceptions, private pay. And so around the country, you might see the cost anywhere from $2,500 on the very low base side to upwards of $6,000 a month. Private pay for assisted living. And in most cases, it doesn't qualify for Medicaid, which is the state insurance. So we'll talk about a little bit more about the funding of assisted living on another video, but assisted living, remember, it's for people who need a little bit of support, not necessarily 24 around the clock health care, and it's for people who can pay privately. So I hope that helps, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.